You want to be a part of this. Is there stupid stuff going on in the church? No doubt about it. Because there's a lot of stupid folk in the church. I'm not going to even try to hide that. But see, I don't know about you, but when I go to a doctor, I don't go there to see the patients. How silly would it be for me to go to a hospital and I go up to the receptionist and she say, "Hello, is there anything that I can do for you?" And I say, "You. I came here for you." Alright? And you're sitting in front of this. Everyone has to walk up to this podium with books. And they see the Lord before them. And they ask the Lord. They say, you know, "Can I come in?" And he looks to you. Finally, it's your turn. You get up there and you're in front of this book. And you ask the Lord, "Can I get in there?" And he looks to you and he's saying, well, let's see. He turns to his angel and he says, "Gabriel, is his name found in the book of life?" You open this book in front of you And you're like, all right, well, I see names in it. Let me see if I can find mine. And you're going through it. And you could take all the time you need. Trust me, this is gonna be a long judgment. But you could go through all the names of all the people and throughout all of existence is in this book. And you're looking for your name. And Gabriel, he looks and he can't find it. And he says, no, my Lord, I can't find it. So Jesus looks to you and he says, with tears in his eyes, because he wanted you to just come to him in the first place. So Jesus is choked up crying and he says to you, turn away from me, thy slothful and unfaithful servant, for I have never knew you. Tears in his eyes. He doesn't want to do this, but he has to do it. And now an angel takes you right then and there. They chain you up again. Now you got to go back to this place, and this time it's for good. Strike first. Strike first. Ask last. Ask these questions after you have the Lord in your heart. Ask these questions after you made Jesus your Lord and Savior. Ask him after. Ask him after. I'm telling you, this is big. And see, you could just use common sense and think about it. All of the studies that it takes to gain this knowledge, to gain knowledge on these things, is going to take some time anyway. You might as well just come to him now and ask the questions after you're protected. That's the best way to go. See? That's the best way to go. I mean, we watch these movies on these things all the time. We read the books. They're in the magazines. We buy our kids toys based on these things. And we can't see it. Why? Because we care about life. We're so caught up about life. Your own life can be a distraction. Write that down. Your life can be a distraction. What makes your life a distraction? When you care about it too much. You can't be a businessman and get anywhere if you care about your life too much. You know what terms people associate someone that cares about their life so much with? They say, oh, this person's arrogant. Oh, this person's selfish. Oh, this person's greedy. Because you care about your life too much. And they can see that you care about your life too much. They're not going to want to shake your hand. They're not going to want to do business with you. They're not going to want to loan you anything. They're not going to want anything to be loaned from you. Because they're going to say, well, he's going to want something back. And chances are it's going to be more than he gave us. I just don't want to do business with him. I just don't like him. That's why a lot of people don't like Trump, President Trump. Because if you don't know people on Wall Street, you know, I think now I pray for President Trump because the Lord is using him in many ways, as the Lord used King Nebuchadnezzar, you know, and the Lord used Darius and Xerxes and Alexander the Great, right? He could use Donald Trump, you know. But anyway, aside from that, because that's a touchy topic, but one of his biggest mistakes was not humbling himself when he would speak to others. He wouldn't humble himself. But apparently, well, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna stick up for him just yet, because many aren't ready for that. Many, that's touchy topic. But people esteem him as arrogant. They esteem him as selfish, as greedy, just because of how he comes across. If you think about it, he doesn't even do things that have anything to do with greed or selfishness or arrogance. But just because of how he came across, that's how everybody interprets everything that he does. Same thing with Kanye West. When people talk to Kanye or they hear Kanye, he has a lot of ambition and he knows who he is. He has a lot of confidence. But for some reason, that confidence is interpreted as arrogance and selfishness. And doing stuff like packing out stadiums and not showing up, that doesn't help. So these are ancient principles, but and earthly principles, but they work in the spirit realm, because originally they're spiritual principles, if you could catch me on this. So this is what we're dealing with here. Be selfless. Don't care about your life. Do things to where you tend to your life, of course, but don't do it for yourself. Do it for others. And focus on your eternity. Focus on things that's going to help your eternity. And come to the Lord. Come to Jesus. Come to Him. If you came up a certain way to where you was taught to hate Jesus, well, think about the people that taught you this. And think about who they hate. Do they even love you? So why would you hate what they hate? See? Just because you grew up hearing this, just because you grew up being taught this, you don't even question it. So don't hate Jesus. Jesus didn't do a thing he didn't do a thing to you. All he did was do things for you. That's all he has ever done, is do things for you. See? This is big. This is big. That other story that I was going to share. So there's the rich man and Lazarus, and then there's I'm having trouble remembering this. But there was a couple of occurrences in Scripture where people are mentioned in experiencing hell. And let me see. Lazarus, he asked. No, I'm sorry. The rich man, he asked Lazarus to cool his tongue. And that's right. There was another occurrence I believe this was, what was it? Well, for the sake of time, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that alone. But I know that there was another occurrence where someone, they were in hell and they were being tortured in hell, and they asked Abraham. They asked him to. Yeah, this might have been a rich man too. This dude, he really made his plea, but he asked Abraham. He said, "Well, you know what, Abraham, can you go up to heaven? I mean, not go to heaven. Go up on the earth. Go to the earth and tell my people about your existence. Tell my people that I'm here, so that they won't come here too." This is real. This is real. And Abraham said, well, if they're not going to believe in Jesus, if they're not going to believe in the word of the Lord while they're there, they're not going to believe in me. I could show up at their front doorstep, and they'll say, oh, that's amazing, but I don't know this Jesus. I'm waiting on the Messiah. Because see, the Jews, they were waiting for the Messiah, but they didn't recognize him. They didn't recognize that Jesus was the Messiah, because they never knew the Lord. See? But those that knew the Lord, they recognized Jesus the second he came there. See? There's many people that live like that today. They don't know the Lord, so they don't recognize Jesus. If you know the Lord, you're going to recognize Jesus. It's just that simple. Some may ask, they may say, well, you know what, why don't the Lord just show himself? You don't want that. You don't want that. He's too powerful to just show himself. That's not how that works. Plus, he's the king. You're under him. It's your job to go to him. He's not going to get up off of his throne to just see you. As much as he loves you and as much as he wants you to come to him, or as much as he wants you to believe in him, he's not going to just visit you like that. It doesn't work that way. There's some people that they know the Lord so much, and they have a relationship where they're so close to the Lord that he have actually visited them. Not Jesus, the God the Father. He actually got off of his throne to visit them. And they wish that he didn't, because it shook the socks off of them. And it's a holy reverence. It's a reverence so strong. It's like a holy fear. That's the only way that I could put it. It's a holy fear. So you have fear, but it's not fear. It's not fear. You have peace. You're in fear, but you're in peace. When the enemy shows up, it's just fear. You just want to die. You're just like, get this off of me. But when the Lord shows up, it's, wow, I want more. I want more. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to do the wrong thing, but I want more. See, this stuff is real, man. This is real. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know this isn't my usual, the usual topics that I'll speak on, but this is a big deal. This is big. You have to get this. Everyone has to get this. There's no options to this. You have a free will, and you can do what you want. But everyone has to bow in the end. Everyone has to bow. Remember what I brought up? How the people will be brought back up to heaven that were in hell being tortured. Yeah, when they go up there, they're going to have to bow. They didn't do it on the earth. Clearly, that's why they're in hell. Ladies, do you know Cleopatra? I do. And I could bet you $100 that I could see her in you too. See, in the Return of Cleopatra, we're going to cover everything that you need to know in order to bring out that Cleopatra. See, what most don't know about Cleopatra is that she was the only queen that came from Greece, was a queen in Egypt and Rome. She was sexy, smart, and let's not forget, royal. See, most women today don't believe that they deserve to be treated like a queen. Some believe that they deserve more, and some simply just want something new. But in Cleopatra, we're going to figure out exactly what it is that you're looking for and how to get it. So make sure you subscribe and click on that beautiful yellow bell so that you know the second I drop something new. Can't wait to see you there. But they still gotta bow. Whether you like it or not, you have to bow. You have to bow before the Lord. The devil himself is going to have to bow before the Lord. Do you realize how big this is? Do it now. Do it now. Don't wait until you've been tortured for centuries. Do it now. So when you leave this earth, you'll go right into heaven. You won't have to go through all of that. You could walk streets of gold. You could behold the pearl of gates. It's not even called the gates of pearl. How much pearl has to be on these gates for it to be called the pearl of gates? You usually say the gates of pearl. No, this is the pearl of gates. How, I mean, my goodness. You want to see that. You don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. This is big. And see, if you don't do it for yourself, at least do it for those that you love. See, if you're not doing it for yourself, at least do it so that you could be good, and then save your children too. Save your baby's father, save your baby's mother too. Get yourself saved. Come to the Lord, get Jesus in your heart, and then show the rest of your family, your loved ones, to Jesus. Because Even if you don't have faith in yourself, which you should, but even if you don't have faith in yourself, at least pass it on to others. But have yourself together too. Because the Lord wants to see you. Jesus wants to see you. And I want to see you. I want to see you up there. I want to hear you say, hey Augustus, man, when I was on the earth, I listened to your videos and man, that helped me out. And I want to hug you with open arms. See, this is big. This is not some comic book that, you know, a group of people have made up in their heads. I'm gonna Google something for a second before I just quote it, because I happen to be in my office right now. Statistic. For Christians. Alrighty. Let's take a look. This is big. And this is not some comic book that people have made up. This is a big deal. This is Wikipedia. It's not the best source, but it is reputable. Right? Christian population growth is the population growth of the global Christian community, according to a 2011 Pew Research Center survey. There were 2.19 billion Christians around the world in 2010, more than 3 times as much from the 600 million recorded in 1910. All right, that's a nice period. According to a 2015 Pew Research Center study, by 2050, the Christian population is expected to be 2.9 billion. All right. Protestantism is one of the most dynamic religious movements in the contemporary world from 1960 to 2000. The global growth of the number of reported evangelical Protestants grew 3 times the world's population rate and twice that of Islam. This is not an accident. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal. People are catching on. This is not a coincidence. See, you want to be a part of this. Is there stupid stuff going on in the church? No doubt about it. Because there's a lot of stupid folk in the church. I'm not going to even try to hide that. But see, I don't know about you, but when I go to a doctor, I don't go there to see the patients. How silly would it be for me to go to a hospital and I go up to the receptionist and she say, hello, is there anything that I can do for you? And I say, you. I came here for you. I got this going on and I need you to help me with it. She's gonna be stuck. She's gonna, all right, well, what do you mean? You want me to direct you to someone? No, I want you. You. I came all the way here for you, random receptionist lady. She's gonna think I'm crazy. And it would be even worse for me to sit down for me to go there and talk to the receptionist. Then she said, all right, well, sit down right there. Someone will be with you in a minute. I said, all right. I sit down and I sit next to another patient. And I say, hello, are you a patient? They say, yeah, I'm sitting here. I say, good. I came here for you. I came here because I think you will help me. I think you got the answer to my problem. That patient will look me square in the face and say, you need some help. And then I'll look back at her and say, that's why I'm coming to you. You realize how silly this is? You don't go to a church for the people. You go there for the doctor. You don't go there for the pastor. The pastor is the doctor's assistant. That's where a lot of people mess up. Now, you're going to be spending most of your time with the doctor's assistant. And you do want to assess, you want to properly assess your doctor's assistant. You want to make sure that that doctor's assistant listens to the doctor. You want to make sure that they don't ignore the doctor's doctoring. But you don't go there for the doctor's assistant either. You go there for the doctor. You go there for the Lord. You don't go there for the people. You don't go there for the pastor. You go there for the Lord. So don't worry about all of that stuff. You just come to Jesus. Come to the Lord. Find yourself a good church. Get in there. And grow. Grow. Focus on your eternity. Be great, like Alexander. Be great, like Julius Caesar. Ladies, be great, like Cleopatra. Like Nefertiti, like Queen Candace. Be great, the Queen of Sheba. Be great. Love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Share this with everyone you know. Stay wise.